It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the number one business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission really is to empower, our mission is to inspire, and our mission really is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And on this episode, we have the one and only Clarissa, is it Law? Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Well, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm great. Thank you. Happy to be here. Looking forward to empowering people.
Well, we're really excited to have you here. Now, take a moment because you were talking about purpose by design, and you've got to slow down. You got to say, Shay, here are all the reasons why people are still wandering in the wilderness. And I'm not saying that being funny, trying to find their purpose. Although we have Instagram, we've got Google, we've got Chat GPT, and yet they're like, why am I here? Why do I exist? So why do people struggle with really understanding their purpose these days?
So first, I want to say that my purpose for Purpose by Design is to help you discover who you have always been. And so what I've found in my experience and in my personal life is that we look outside of ourselves for everything. But what we don't understand is that we were born with everything inside of us. And so I believe the struggle to find your purpose is because you're looking at everything outside of you. You're looking at what this person is doing over here. You're looking at what this person is doing over here. But when you really sit and look inside yourself, you'll realize that you have your own talents and gifts that makes you uniquely designed for your purpose. And so we need to just start looking inside of ourselves because we have everything we need.
Now, there's some folks that are listening saying, is it possible the purpose can change? Don't worry, you'll find out who she is. I know y'all reading her bio now. We'll get to that. But, someone listening might say, look, I just had a child, let's say, or I was just married, or I just transitioned jobs, or I just started as an entrepreneur. Is purpose something that's steady, or is it fluid, or will it change from season to season? I know that might be an unfair question, but can you slow down and kind of talk about that?
So I truly believe that your purpose can change because as you expose yourself to more, then your life becomes more fine-tuned or your purpose. Purpose is really all about what you're doing to empower or enhance the lives of others that makes you feel fulfilled, right? Because we're all on this earth for a purpose. Everything has a purpose. And so for us, we just need to figure out how to solve a problem for somebody else. And as long as we're solving a problem for somebody else, then we are being fulfilled. So as we matriculate through life, as we have different experiences, our purpose can change. Our purpose can be fine tuned. It becomes clearer as we move forward. So I definitely believe that your purpose can change, but the ideal end result is to help another person, to serve another person, to be a blessing to another person.
And you talk about purpose by design. I know that's the name of your company. Why did you say purpose by design? Is purpose something that you can design? Is it something that you can design a pathway to?
So I believe that my purpose is unique for me. And your purpose is unique for you. And so when we say purpose by design, you are uniquely designed for your purpose. Whatever it is that you're supposed to do, you are who you are for that purpose. Again, I'll go back to what I stated. We're so busy looking at other people. I want to look this way. I want to look that way. Someone told me once before that somebody is looking for you exactly the way you are today. Now, if there's things you feel you want to change, if there's education you want to get, purpose is who you are now. And you are you when I say you're uniquely designed because you have something that I don't have. You have something that the next person does not have. So it is whatever your assignment is in this life is uniquely designed to you. And it could be 5, 10, 20, 50 people doing exactly what I do. But there's someone waiting to hear my voice. There's someone waiting to see my personality. They're waiting to hear my story. So I am uniquely designed to bring forth my story in my way. You are uniquely designed to bring forth your story in your way.
Take a moment if you would. Thanks for sharing, by the way, and thanks to Sonia Keys for connecting us with an amazing collaborator that she is. By the way, it's so cool when folks are willing to collaborate and work together.
Yeah.
You know, folks are looking at the topic. They're like, Shay, she said you can redefine your past so you can move forward to your future. And let's talk about pain of past. What about the person out there? And I want you to talk to two individuals. The first person, Shay Brown, that just wants to close the door. It wants to, but past never happened. That's like, why I got to go back and revisit the pain? By the way, I hate talking to counselors. By the way, I'm probably the only one. Okay, I'm not gonna have a confession here, but
You're not
talk
the only
about why
one.
you said that you can revisit and get over the pain of the past and not just try to ignore it. I'm just curious why you put that in the title. I really am, seriously.
So I don't think we have all day to share my life story, but that's really what I needed to do. I was stuck in a lot of pain from my childhood. And for years I tried to seek answers, get the whys, get the this. But that generation was, why do we need to keep bringing that stuff up? So I had to make up in my mind that I'm not going to get the answers that I want. I'm not going to get the
And
result
can I
that
jump
I
in for a
want.
minute? I don't mean to cut you off. I know they're thinking, Shay, she's got to tell us something about her past now. Shay, can you at least let her talk about her backstory? We're
I'll
reading her
share.
bio.
I'll
We see
share.
how famous she is. We see the letters behind her name. But she keep bringing this up. I know I jumped in, but I can hear someone saying, Shay, who is
It's
this
okay.
person?
It's
Get
okay.
to it. So can
So
you
I'll
tell them a little
I'll,
about the
I'll
backstory
share.
and who you are, so they get
Yes.
they can get the picture? We have time. I want to make sure because this is a very serious subject, and folks
Yes.
are leaning forward now.
Yes. So I am originally from New York. I grew up in public housing, the projects. I went to the Holiness Church, and every you couldn't do anything. But I grew up in a home where my mother was emotionally absent. And so I didn't get the nurturing. I didn't get the I didn't have the mother daughter relationship that I needed, and I didn't realize I needed till I was an adult. But I just know that I didn't have that love. And unfortunately, a lot of people have a childhood where they have the negative words of that mother or that father or even that grandmother in their ear, and it really does affect their future. And so that's how I grew up. I grew up with feeling like I wasn't good enough, feeling like I wasn't heard, feeling like my mother just didn't like me. And for many years, I sought answers. I tried to sit down and have conversations, but it was always, why do you want to bring that stuff up? So I had to make a decision when I finally realized that there's purpose in me and I'm ready to move forward in it. I had to make a decision. I can't live my life looking backwards, but I'm looking to move forward. So instead of me forgetting about it, instead of me saying I'm gonna push that to the side, I looked at the situation. I said, well, what did I learn from this? What did my relationship or lack thereof teach me as a person? Who am I because of those experiences, right? So many times people want to play victim. Well, I'm this way because my mother wasn't this way. I'm this way because I didn't have my father, or it's because of this that I'm this way. This happened to me. And I'm not saying disregard those really traumatic things. I'm saying, get therapy to help you with that. But I had to make a decision to say, you know what? I'm not going to get what I need, but I'm ready to move forward. So I had to look at my situation and say, this has made me a strong, resilient person. This has made me a person that's, you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do it. So that's what I mean when I say redefine the pain from your past. What has it made you? Who has it made you because of that pain, right? We can look at it and say, this happened to me, but because of that, I learned to be this. I had this experience where my mother didn't raise me and I'm angry, but if I wasn't raised by this person, I wouldn't be this today. And so I just want people to not be the victim and be the victor and saying, you know what, I am strong. These are the lessons I've learned in my experiences, and I'm moving forward in purpose.
It sounds like to do that. And thanks for sharing. Thanks for being so authentic with us. Sounds like it takes some forgiveness. I don't know. Here's the question. I'm just curious. But what's your definition of forgiveness, and how does someone forgive? And because to me it's this hard. I'm again, I might be the only person, so it's not all about Shay Brown when they're having a one-on-one session. But talk to the person out there that's just curious, like, wow, Shay, what's her perspective on forgiveness? Number one, and number two, does she have one or two ideas or something that I could do to help me forgive?
So, first of all, we need to understand that forgiveness is really not for the other person. What we don't understand is that we hold on to we let them hold on to our power by not forgiving. This person could be on living their life, this person could be dead, and you're allowing that person to continue to hinder you. So forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness does not mean reconciliation. Forgiveness does not say mend this relationship. Forgiveness says I have to let this go. Forgiveness says I need to heal me, and forgiving that other person means forgiving me. I'll just give you an example. For years, I didn't get answers from my mother. And when I made up in my mind, I said, you know what? I'm just going to forgive my mother. And I went to my mother because, again, I never got answers. I went to her and I said, Mom, I just want you to know that I forgive you for everything. My mother looked at me and she said, it's about time you let that stuff go. So she never took ownership of anything. But because I was at a place of healing, it didn't affect me as much. And so we might not ever get to speak to the person and say, this is what you did to me. But if we forgive them, we are taking our power back. We are taking our power back and saying, I will no longer be affected by what this person did to me. I heard a person say before, unforgiveness is like you taking poison and expecting the other person to die. And they're living their life and they're not even thinking about you, but you're constantly thinking about them. And I don't think about people I don't like.
I love it. You know, we're looking over your shoulder, and they can see a little sign behind you that says, "We all have a story to tell." I mean, it's there. I mean, it's there, and so we're nosy and we're looking over it, and they're like, "Shay, why is that mantra there behind her?" She can have a picture of a lot of things. She has adult children. She got a picture of a lot of stuff, but behind her, Shay, is this sign, and ask her why, and why is it so near and dear to her heart. So, talk to us.
So we all have a story to tell. It's simply that we think that what has happened to us has only happened to us. And the things happen to us, but they didn't happen for us. So I truly believe my story is somebody else's solution. For a long time, I didn't tell my story of domestic violence. For a long time, I didn't tell my story about my strained relationship with my mother because I felt like shame on you. How dare you feel this way? And you see other people with their posts about how much they love their mother, how great their relationship, and I would keep that inside. But as I started sharing that story, more people are coming and saying, I have the same situation. When I started sharing my story about domestic violence, people would come to me and say, mine was the same situation. So when I say we all have a story to tell, we can't keep it to ourselves. There's somebody waiting to hear what we have to say to let them know that they're not alone in their story. And it gives them hope to say, I can share my story because I truly believe as you share, you heal.
You know, what is your view on affirmations, and are the affirmations you tell yourself for the inner self talk? Because a lot of what I'm hearing you say takes some inner self talk. Is things that we're saying inside of our mind. It seems to me, but take a moment. Are affirmations a key part of what you recommend as well as we look to find our purpose and get over the pain? And if so, what's a few affirmations that are near and dear to your heart?
So I wrote a book on affirmations.
No
I wrote
surprise
a
here.
journal.
Hello.
I
So
wrote a
tell them the name of the
journal.
book and keep moving.
So the name of my book is Purpose by Design, Journal of Purpose by Design, Journal of Prayers and Affirmations, 52 Weeks of Speaking Life Through God's Word. So I am an avid journaler and I've journaled for years. And at the end of each entry, I will write a prayer, a scripture, and affirmation. And in 2018, I pulled out some old journals and I looked through them and I said, wow, look at how God answered that prayer. Wow, look at how that thing turned around. And I truly believe that we have power in our words. I truly believe that we have what we say, whether you believe it from scripture that says death and life is in the power of the tongue, whether you believe it in energy and universe, what you put out is what you're going to get back. And so I choose. Everything is about a choice. I choose to speak positively, and I tell people wholeheartedly that I don't expect to get anything negative back because I know what I put out. And so I'm a firm believer in affirmations. And you asked me, what is one of my affirmations? My
Yeah.
favorite affirmation is I always win. And why? Because Romans 8:28 says all things work together for my good because I love God and I'm called according to his purpose. So if all things work together for my good, then I always win. No matter what it looks like, I always win and I learn.
And you learn. Share a little, a couple ideas around journaling and how can they get this book, by the way. So two things. One, how can they get the book? Then I want you to talk about the journaling part, the power of journaling. Is there, and I know you have one and format. Folks might want to be able to do that. I'm 903 days into direct journaling myself. And I tell you, it changed my life. I was one of those spooky guys, like, I don't do that kind of stuff. I leave that for the folks out there. But once I started and in the mornings, it opened me up to think about things I never thought about, or maybe it was on a subconscious mind. So, two-part question. Number one, where can I get the book? How did I get the book? And number two, talk about the power of journaling and why it's important and what it can do to help them on their path. And not only letting go of the past, but what? Designing their future, being on purpose.
Yes. So my book is available on my website, and that is clarissalawcoaching.com. I also have another book on there. It's an Amazon bestseller. It's a anthology where I wrote a chapter in the book, and the title of the chapter is You Win. You always win. And as far as journaling, it's funny you say that because I actually just started this. I'm doing this and I started another journal. But I enjoy journaling because it allows me to get things out of my head. It allows me to process my thoughts, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And when you look back on it, you can look at how far you've come. I work in mental health professionally. I'm a qualified mental health professional, and I challenge the people that I work with to use journaling, especially if they're struggling with depression or anxiety. I challenge them to write the good days as well as the not so good days, because then they can reflect back on it. If I'm having a down day today, I can reflect in my journal to say I haven't always had bad days. And then if I'm writing about the good days, and then I reflect back and say, wow, look how long it's been since I had a bad day, right? And so in addition to journaling affirmations, I truly believe in gratitude. So I think that's a big part. They all go together. And so I have a journal for gratitude. I have a journal that I write things about my grandchildren. That have a journal that I write business ideas. I just enjoy writing things down and getting them out of my head. I'm a checklist person too.
Wow, I can see the big smile on your face.
Yeah.
You told them how to get the book, get the journal. Tell them once again the name of your website to go to.
Yes. ClarissaLawCoaching.com.
Great. The person says, okay, I'm over the pain. I got it. I got it. I now understand my purpose. What is Clarissa's step one, step two, step three? Now that I'm clear on what I want, and that's something I know you help them get to, but I'm going to just move the audience forward and assume, okay, I'm clear. I know what I want to do. What's the first step you think I should do? What's the second step you think I should do, Shay? And maybe what's the third step? Go ahead and speak to that person
So
if you would.
one of the ways that I try to help people identify what their purpose is to just find that thing that you are really passionate about that you can do forever and you happen to get paid. That's how I discovered what my purpose was. And based on my experience and still being a little afraid, and I'm at a better place now, I'm more confident, I would say just do it. Just start. Just take that one step, because I have found that as I got out there, as I involved myself in other like women's events, women's conferences, women's empowerment, those things fine tuned what I wanted. It built my confidence. It got me around people that were at different levels, and I would talk to them and I would be empowered and I'd learn the next thing. I used to say, like, I used to pray and ask God to put people in my life to teach me this, to show me that, to show me that, because it was things I didn't know. Some things I taught myself, I went and researched, but if we get out and we get amongst different people who are in the places that we want to be, you will have those people in your life. Those people, you will attract those people. Again, it's what you say out your mouth.
It's what you say out your mouth. And one of my favorite questions to ask, thanks so much for being transparent. Thanks for being so open, is really, well, my favorite question really is, of all the mentors you had along this journey of life, and you've had so many mentors, what's one mentor, one idea, a lesson you held near and dear to your heart that you're now going to share with the audience? And I always ask the audience at this point, for those who tune in every night, you know what I'm about to do, is to lean forward, because you're now benefiting from one of her mentors that has shared something that's changed her life. And if it can change her life, it can change your life and many others. So she's paying it forward.
So to add to what I said about we all have a story to tell, what I learned because I was in fear for so long. People call me confident Clarissa, but that's an area that I struggled in. But what I learned from someone I took a class, I learned do it afraid. I learned that there's a space for me out there. It doesn't matter. This person told me McDonald's is not intimidated by Burger King. Pepsi is not intimidated by Coca-Cola. They just do their thing. So when I got that message, it was like, wow. And I just learned that the way that it comes to me is the way that I'm supposed to deliver it. I'm not supposed to look at somebody else's stuff and compare and say, oh, well, no, maybe this is not the way I should do it. Maybe I should do it this way. Because I'll be transparent again. That's exactly what I did with my book. The way that it came to me in my spirit was Purpose by Design, Journal of Prayers and Affirmations. I was in the publishing process and everything. And then I started texting friends and my sister, well, what do you think about this name? I don't think the book should be the same name as my business, and texting this person and texting that person. And I came right back to what was given to me. And from that point on, everything that I put it out the way that it is downloaded into my spirit. And that is the way that people need to hear it, because that is my authentic self. If I get an idea to do something and I go get a piece of this person and I get a piece of this person, then it's not my authentic self. It is pieces of other people. So that would be my advice, is to just do it afraid, and the way you get it is the way it's supposed to be delivered, is what people need. You can fine tune it, whatever that looks like, but don't look to other people and try to piece off what they do and be like this person and be like that person. The way that it came to you, you are designed to deliver it that way.
So well said. I love it. Thanks for sharing. So cool. We have a segment here at the Happy Entrepreneur Show called Today is My January 1st. That's right. Today is my January 1st. And for those folks that tune in every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you know you wait to say those words, and we always say it together, so you can go ahead and say it. Today is my
Today is my
January 1st.
first.
And for
Yes.
those folks that are tuning in for the very first time and hearing it, welcome. We're glad to have you part of the family, by the way. Today is my January 1st is one of our personal mantras here at the Happy Entrepreneur Show. It represents a restart. It represents a do over. It means that our past, no matter what that past back there is, no longer equals the future. Isn't that exciting? So today is your January 1st. Happy New Year's to you. And my question that I like to ask over to Clarissa is that when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what do you hear? And what was one of your January the 1st moments?
So I thought that was so powerful when I read that, because that's truly how I feel, right? Like I host a vision board workshop and I choose to not do it January the 1st. I believe that if today I am realizing that something in my life needs to be changed, why do I need to wait? So any day, any moment can be my January the 1st. Any day, any moment could be today, in this moment, I'm going to do something different. And you asked me what was my January the 1st. I think I have had multiple January the 1st. I think maybe the day that I decided that I was going to forgive my mom so I can walk in purpose was a January the 1st. But have never been a person, I don't want to say never, I could say recently in my past 10 years, I have never been a person that says, "Oh, I'm going to just wait till the 1st." Oh, I'm going to wait till the end of the month, or maybe I'll wait till Sunday. No, I'm going to start today, which is really what I did. This book that I have is a 12-week Bible study book. I started it today. It's supposed to be for the week. It says week day one, day two. Today is my day one. So I already live that way. So I can't really pinpoint a significant January the 1st, because that's how I live anyway.
That's so cool. Thanks so much for sharing. Thanks for being transparent. What type of clients is your firm taking on today, if any? And how can folks best connect with you over and beyond this conversation you and I are having?
Okay. So the type of clients that I like to work with are women over 50 or over 30 who have been everything to everybody else and they've been nothing to themselves. That woman who says, "Oh, I have to wait till my children graduate high school before I focus on me." "Oh, I've been this person for so long and I forgot who I was." Or, "I can't do that business thing because I have to be this, this, and this." Why not? What's keeping you stuck there, and why can't we move in it at a smaller pace until it becomes bigger, right? Just really helping them with that confidence to step out on the things that they truly believe is in their heart, that's been tugging at them for years, while they were mommy, while they were wife, while they were employee. But it's never went away. They've always had that passion in their spirit. So I want to help them to unlock that and to transform their confidence to boldly step out into their purpose. And you can reach me again, ClarissaLawCoaching.com. My email is info@ClarissaLawCoaching.com. My IG is Clarissa Law Coaching. And my Facebook is Purpose by Design Coaching and Consulting.
Well, let me say first, thanks so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. You're truly making a huge difference in the world. And once someone can get over their pain and discover their purpose, you put them on the right trajectory. I mean, you're changing humanity every single day. So thanks for being on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you. Thank you, the viewer. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of the Happy Entrepreneur Show because, well, without you, there is no show. And one thing I like to remind, it's so important to remind you every single night, every time you show up, that you are truly amazing. If someone not told you that, I'm telling you that now. You are incredible. You've got greatness inside you. And for you, today is your January 1st. And because of that reason, your best is still yet to come. Isn't that exciting? Your best is still yet to come. Your better days are ahead of you. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen when we connect again next time. And remember, time is long. Life, on the other hand, is very, very short. So you got to live in that moment. Well, and you got to make it count. God bless and we wish you success. Thanks a lot. We'll see you around. Thank you all. We out of here. Peace. Bye-bye.